And today I want to talk about how to create a warm atmosphere for learning and how to develop your students' self-esteem. First of all, mistakes are really important. With that, I mean how you deal with mistakes is really, really important. And the way you see them determines the way you deal them. If you see if you see them, for example, that there are things that should be avoided or something that they are not good, you tend to correct every single mistake that a kid makes. But if you are a language teacher that supports mistakes, you don't correct every single mistake. And that is what we need to do. We should never correct every single mistake that we encounter with kids. I mean, if we want our kids, if we want our students to speak fluently, we should not correct them exactly. I mean, if we focus on the meaning, if when we hear them, the important thing for us is the meaning, then we will try to listen to them and understand them. One other mistake actually that we do when we with the mistakes, except correcting them all the time, is repeating. Like repeating all the time. Your talk is something that we need to decrease. We are trying to decrease, and when you talk in the class as a language teacher, you always need to have a purpose. Sometimes you use your language to become friendly, to become, to build relationship with your kids, and sometimes you just use your language to check their understanding or check for further information and blah blah blah. Don't forget that focus on meaning. Don't correct every single mistake that's related to form. As long as you can understand it, just keep the kid talks. Create a warm atmosphere. If you create a warm atmosphere so that every kid has the right to speak freely, to express their opinion, and these opinions will be accepted, will not be judged. So you are creating a positive atmosphere, a warm atmosphere. For that, by the way, I'm smiling a lot in my lessons, and that's why most of the time my cheeks, they hurt. Literally, they hurt. Because, I'm trying to give positive feedback. If you smile a lot in your classrooms, that's good. You give a positive sign. And I mean, it's also useful because, sometimes when I'm angry, I don't smile at all. And then they understand quickly that I'm angry at something. And, they start to question it. They say, why is the teacher like this? Why doesn't she smile? And so it's also useful in both cases. Last but not least, I think the most important thing is kids behave as you see them. I have actually experienced that. One of my students, although he was very smart, he was not hardworking. But I created an action plan for him, and I behaved him as if he was hardworking and he was interested in my lesson, although he was not. By the way, I need to tell you this. Telling adjectives like saying, you're very hardworking, you're very smart. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about how you perceive them, how you behave them. You think you have some opinions about them and you treat them in that way, and kids, they are perfect to sense that. I mean, they magically sense how you see them, and they behave according to that. And trust me, the action plan, it worked. You can also trust with your students, especially it works better if you focus on one kid. And he started behaving like he's very interested in English and he wanted to learn, or at least he was successful, and he is successful, by the way, right now. Even if he doesn't do his homework, I'm 100% sure that he will be very successful when he speaks English in the future. Of course, they need to have a potential just doing this, but kids, they can change, and they can change very quickly. Giving this chance to your kids will help them a lot, trust me. Okay, so that was it. Thank you so much for listening to me, and if you have some other questions, you can always ask me. Thank you so much, and see you in another one.